my channel. Today I decided to do this pretty dramatic smoky eye using mostly the Vice 4 palette, which has some really cool vibrant colors. I used let me check I used the two purple ones in the top right corner called Pandemonium and Harlot. This isn't an everyday look. I would say that this would be great for an evening out if you're going to go to the clubs, go to a party, anything like that, or if you just want to be really dramatic for something, why not? So guys, if you like what you see, please keep watching. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this Smashbox Photo Finish Primer all over my face, focusing it on my nose and T-zone, and then spreading it out, spreading the excess on the rest of my face. Next, I'm going to be taking my Maybelline Dewy and Smooth Foundation, and first I'm just going to map this out on my face, and then I will go on and blend it out with a beauty blender. Also, I just want to apologize because this video does not have any music except for the intro. I'm still trying to figure things out. Next, I'll be filling in my eyebrows with my Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil in brunette, I believe. I'll double check it. And I just like to brush the hair down. And that is why you don't try to record in your dining room. But anyways, you guys have seen me do my eyebrows in my past videos, so I'm just going to speed through this process. Alright, now that the brows are done, we are going to move on to the eyeshadow. So before we add the eyeshadow, we are going to apply an eye primer, and this is Ulta brand. I'll put the exact name below. I'm just going to put this all over the eyelids. So now I'm going to take a blendable black eyeliner, and I'm going to do a rough line along my lash line. It doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to smudge this out. This is going to create a nice dark base for our eyeshadow. And I'm blending this out with a small sponge-like brush. And I'm just going to keep repeating this process until I get the right amount of darkness. Okay, now finally we are ready to start applying the eyeshadow. I'm going to be mixing the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray. Any makeup setting spray will work, but I'm going to be mixing it with a dark purplish gray eyeshadow from the Vice 4 palette. I'll put the name below. And I'm just going to be applying this all over my lid in several layers. And I'm just using a flat shader brush to apply this. There's no need to blend it out yet because we're going to use another lighter shade to blend it out. Next, I'll be taking a blending brush and picking up a slightly lighter purple shade, and I'm going to be putting this in my crease and just blending out that darker shade on the lid. Now I'm going to take a lighter frosty eyeshadow shade using a flat synthetic brush, and I'm just going to be applying this right to the center of my eyelids, and this will give the illusion of a rounder eye. Then I decided to add even more of a shimmery shade. This is a white frosty shimmery shade, and I'm just applying that to the middle and then blending out the edges with a blending brush. Okay, so next I'm going to be adding a thin black wing eyeliner, and I'm using liquid eyeliner for this. You guys have seen me do this before. I like to start with a thin line along the lash line and then I add the wing afterwards. Now I'll be using the Urban Decay 24/7 eyeliner in black, the same that I use on my eyelid to blend out. And I'm just going to be applying this on my bottom waterline. And I will be smoking out the bottom lash line. I'm just going to do my concealer first so that we can blend out the eyeshadow on top of the concealer so we don't create a harsh line. To conceal and highlight, I'm going to be using my Maybelline Age Rewind Dark Circle Corrector. And I'm going to be putting this in a triangle shape under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, on my chin, and a little bit between my eyebrows. Also, I forgot to mention I'll be putting it under my cheekbones. This really helps just to chisel out the cheekbones and give them more depth. And then I will be blending this all out with my beauty blender. Okay, now to smoke out the bottom lash line, I'm just going to apply a little bit more of that eyeliner so that we have something to blend out with. And then I'm going to be using the same spongy tip brush that I was using before, and we're just going to blend that out. Now using that same purple shade that we used to blend out the crease, I'm going to be applying that to the bottom lash line with a pencil brush right over top of the eyeliner we just smudged out. Now taking the darkest shade from the Naturally Pretty It Cosmetics palette, I'm just going to be applying this in the outer V of my crease. I just felt like it needed a little bit more darkness, and I'm using a pencil brush to just get it on there, and then I'll use a blending brush to blend it out. Now I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier loose translucent powder, and I'm going to be setting my concealer with a Real Techniques powder brush. Next I'm going to be bronzing up my face a little bit with the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. And I'm not really doing a heavy contour or anything. I'm just putting it in the areas you would contour, so the cheekbones, around my hairline, my jawline. I wanted to use a pretty neutral blush for this look considering the eyes do have some color, so I just used a very bronzy peach blush on my cheekbones. To highlight my cheekbones, I'm going to be using the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Kit, and I'm going to be using the lightest shade. I think I accidentally pointed to, yeah, the lightest shade in the middle. That's the one I'll be using. And I'm just using a powder brush to apply this. Next I'm going to be applying some false lashes. These are Ardell Double Up Lashes. I'll put the exact name below. And I like to use tweezers to apply them. I think it just makes it easier. I set them down and then I just kind of fidget with them and try to get them into place. After your lashes are dried, you're going to apply your favorite mascara. Here I'm using L'Oreal Telescopic just to make the lashes cohesive and blend together. And for my bottom lashes, I'm going to be using a brown mascara, but black would be fine. I just prefer the brown. I just decided to go for a neutral lip just so that the eyes will pop with this look, but I think that a lot of different lip colors would look great with this. So I'm just using a really natural lip liner color, and I'm putting this all over my lips because I'm going to apply a lip gloss afterwards. And the lip gloss I'm applying is very close to my natural lip color, but I think you guys should try some different looks with this. I feel like a dark raspberry would look really pretty with this look as well. Alright guys, so this is the final look. I really hope you like the way it turned out. I'm really pleased with it. I usually don't use cool tones or purple tones. I usually stick with the browns and neutrals, but I really like the way it turned out. Thanks for watching my video, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.